This morning for you on Daybreak, 2 people killed in a small plane crash in Osage Beach yesterday. We have to tell you where the investigation stands now.
And the names of 3 people injured in a boat explosion at the Lake of the Ozarks have been released. We have those and the cause of this explosion.
Also, school is back in session for those college kids at Missouri State. We have a live report detailing how learning will look this semester. It's all ahead this morning for you here on Daybreak.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak. It's Monday, August 17th. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
And I'm Joe Morano. Plenty to get to here in our 6 o'clock hour. But boy, we spent the whole commercial break just critiquing Pixar movies.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about our favorite ones. Up is a good one. This one is some of the saddest ones, right? With some life lessons. Up, Coco were some of the ones we mentioned.
This one is, it's about teaching though, right?
It is.
Good experiences.
It is, yeah. Might do that this week at some point. Go home, watch the movies.
I've actually gotten to do that a lot pretty recently because I work a lot with the kids at the Discovery Center.
Yeah.
So I was watching movies, you know, catching up on some of the newer ones for a while, and I loved Coco. Loved it. Onward, wasn't a fan. Coco, loved it.
Movie Monday.
I cried a lot watching Coco.
Let's bring Chris the Critic in for a Movie Monday thing. We could do that soon, right?
We could do that. Movie Monday, I like it.
Absolutely.
But the weather outside, a little bit cooler, right?
Yeah, starting out pleasant this morning, and we'll find a little bit of a warming trend going through the week, but we're starting out quiet. We've got some clouds out there. It's a pretty sunrise, 62 degrees with some southerly winds, and dew points pleasant in the middle 50s. You've got just a few clouds out there this morning, but it is a dry start. It's 63 degrees in Branson, 60 degrees in West Plains, and 63 degrees up in Rolla. Dew points are in the middle and upper 50s, so it feels comfortable out there this morning. Greens on the Muggy Meter map. Dry roads as you head through the afternoon. Not expecting any weather hazards for you. Just grab the sunglasses as you get out on the road. As you fire up the grill, you'll have mostly sunny skies. That high up around 89 degrees, and it stays pretty pleasant through the evening hours. So seasonal sunshine today. Will be a little bit cooler tonight. A sunny stretch comes with a warming trend. Details in your 7-day forecast coming up in 10 minutes.
Authorities are still investigating the cause of a small plane crash that killed 2 people in Osage Beach yesterday. The victims have been identified as Scott and Amy Lowe of Mount Pleasant, Iowa.
About 1:33 this afternoon, we were called for a single-engine civilian aircraft into the ground, hard crash. The result was a pretty good-sized plume of smoke and fire. I can confirm that there were 2 souls on board, both perished in the fire.
The fire district followed the smoke from that crash. Deputy Fire Chief Steve Lucas thinks it took about 15 minutes or less to put it out. He doesn't know if the crash happened when the plane was taking off or landing, though. The NTSB and FAA have been called in and have now taken over this investigation.
3 people injured in a boat explosion yesterday on Lake of the Ozarks have been identified. Dennis Keeley and Megan Bartels both suffered minor injuries. 52-year-old Deborah Keeley was seriously injured in the explosion. It happened at about 12:30 around Point Randall Resort. The boat had just refueled and was preparing to leave the dock. Dennis started the first engine, and as he tried to start the second one, the boat exploded. Dennis was ejected into the water. The other 2 victims were standing on the dock. Deborah was thrown by the explosion. The boat pushed away from the gas dock and burned to the water line.
In some education coverage for you, fall classes start today for Missouri State students. Nigel McDonald reached out to some MSU instructors to learn more about what those kids can expect for this new semester and joins us live on campus today. Nigel, good morning.
Yeah, Joe, good morning. Missouri State University faculty and staff spent most of the summer preparing for this fall semester. And the instructors that I met with said their main goal was to ensure that students' learning experiences continue to remain number 1, no matter what that might look like moving forward.
I feel excited, I think, because we're prepared. right? So we have our backup plan to our backup plans.
Helena Metzger is a senior instructor at Missouri State University. Metzger says she and her colleagues have been working hard to prepare ways to offer classes in a variety of formats.
We have taken measurements to where we reduce the class size, so we're spreading the students out, giving them more space.
Instructors are also incorporating things they learned earlier this year when courses were shifted online.
Why go back to having students sit through a whole lecture when you already have content available broken down by topics?
She says the online material offers added student enrichment.
Which also will give us the opportunity to support the students that maybe have to quarantine, because that is a reality.
Instructor flexibility is also key.
This fall, it's going to feel like our classes are intentionally designed, that where we're at and the kind of format they're being offered in, it's because we chose that format as opposed to in the spring when it was a really fast change.
Curry says it's important to create effective ways for all students to engage.
Especially in those distance formats, it doesn't work to have an hour of a professor talking. That feels like you are watching class instead of actually participating in it. They'll feel very similar to a seated class because they're face to face. You've got an instructor in real time in that moment.
She says students may experience video lectures paired with activities as well as opportunities for discussions with their peers. Well, Curry says that instructors are fully prepared to pivot to online-only classes should that happen at some point this semester. Reporting live here in Springfield, Nija McDonald, Ozarks First.
All right, Nija, thank you. And as college students start heading back to school, some in Northwest Arkansas may find a new fee on their tuition this fall. The University of Arkansas at Fort Smith added what they call a distance learning fee for students this upcoming semester. The chancellor says the fee is charged for classes that have an online class or a class that is face-to-face but also has online elements. Students will see a $50 charge for each credit hour that falls under this category, and the school says it helps to pay for software, security, and salaries. The fee is waived if a professor moved their in-person class online or added online elements.
We're starting out pretty pleasant this morning. It is 62 degrees in Springfield. Details on a sunny, nice stretch in the 7-day coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.